If it comes to her safety, Jill Duggar can count on her husband Derick Dillard to come to her defense. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and click the notification button so you never miss out on the most recent celebs on tab. The star of 19 Kids and Counting, who has been upfront about her problematic family dynamic, notably with dad Jim Bob, is explaining where she and the Duggar leader are now. As she pointed out, her connection with Jim Bob isn't the only one that's been impacted. Derrick and his father-in-law's previously strong friendship has also become more distant as a result of this. But first, we need to know who the Duggars are and a little bit of their history. The Duggars are a family from Arkansas that shot to fame after appearing on the show 19 Kids and Counting on the TLC network. The family is well known for their unwavering dedication to the Baptist faith and conservative principles, which includes prohibitions on the use of any and all methods of contraception. On the other hand, the Duggars have been the target of criticism from people who feel that having such big families is not good for children and from others who are opposed to the Duggars' advocacy on birth control. Between the years 2008 and 2015, the series could be seen on TLC. The original title of the show was 17 Kids and Counting. The parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, decided to alter the family name as they had additional children. The series gives viewers an inside look at the religious life led by the Duggar family. After the eldest son, Josh, acknowledged to engaging in sexual misconduct with his younger sisters, the show was cancelled. Josh Duggar, who was 15 years old at the time, was allegedly found guilty by his father, Jim Bob, of many charges of molestation perpetrated against his younger sisters by Josh. These crimes allegedly took place in March of 2003. Josh was forced to spend some time apart from his family as a direct result of the consequences. In 2015, a police report appeared. Jim Bob Duggar is claimed to have learned of Josh's inappropriate behavior for the first time in 2002 when one of the girls told Jim Bob that the eldest Duggar sibling was groping her breasts and genitals as she slept. The article states that the incident occurred. According to the allegation filed by the police, Josh allegedly abused 4 of his sisters while they were asleep and on occasion while they were up as well. According to a previous story by Gawker, there were 5 sisters ranging in age from 5 to 12 who were residing in the Duggar residence at the time. Jim Bob did not contact authorities at the time he learned of the first allegations, and said he instead disciplined Josh and tried to prevent the alleged molestation from happening again. If you want to know more about the Josh Duggar case, let us know in the comments and we will a video about it for you guys. Back to Jill Duggar and hubby Derick Dillard. During the episode of the Vulnerable podcast that aired on October 24th, Jill described the dynamic between Jim Bob and Derrick by saying, "It used to be really great. I think Derrick trusted my dad and my dad trusted him. But then, once we started having some differences and saying things weren't falling in line with everything, it got a little rocky there." A conflict over contracts signed by both Jill and Derrick for the family's TLC program, 19 Kids and Counting, as well as accusations of verbal abuse, were among the several issues that placed a strain on the 32-year-old woman's relationship with her father. She reflected on these events in her memoir, Counting the Cost, which she wrote when she was 32 years old. As a result of Bob's persistent argumentative behavior, Derrick ended up intervening on behalf of his wife. It was necessary for Derrick to have some really challenging chats with his father-in-law. Jill said, "More recently, to the point where he was standing up to protect me and say, 'This is not okay the way you're treating your daughter.'" Jill made sure to mention that she hopes their relationship with Jim Bob can get better in the future. Jill Duggar disclosed that her husband, Derick Dillard, ultimately threatened to obtain a protective order against her father, Jim Bob Duggar, due to the growing hostility between them. The reality TV actress continued, in reference to her husband, who works as an assistant district attorney, "I think my dad got the picture when Derrick was telling him, 'If you keep contacting her directly, then I'll have to file a protective order.'" The current statements made by Jill come 1 month after the publication of her book, in which she delves deeply into the dynamic of the Duggar family and reveals that she and Derrick at one time attempted to work through their differences with the help of her parents and a mediator. She also attributes their success to the fact that their therapist provided them with so many tools we didn't know we needed when we needed them the most. Jill disclosed that although she does not spend the most of her time with her father at the present time, she does, on occasion, see both of her parents.